Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Iron Gamer, and welcome back. And I'm going to turn down the sound, because I just realized that that's been very loud the last few episodes. So is the effect volume, so I'll turn that all down. Much better, at least it is for me. You'll probably still hear a bit more than me, because I've got my sound turned down a little bit, actually. So anyways, I have been thinking, and I am going to take the fight to the enemy. The zombies. Why? Because, well, you know, I'm kind of bored, and honestly, waiting for the zombies to get all the way around here, although it won't take all that long. It will happen. It will take it'll still take way too long anyways. So we're going to move these ships right here. And maybe we will go to reinforce Antakya. Actually, wait a minute. You know what? The zombies are trying to come around here. Maybe I should go up here to defend it? That might be a good idea. Or at least a better idea. I'm not sure if it'd be a good one, but fighting the zombies is gonna be fighting the zombies, and honestly, the more zombies I can get rid of, the better my frame rate's gonna be. Yeah, I'm on speed 5. My ships are moving as if they're at speed 1, so I was defeated. Among the Jews, oh god. I think that's supposed to be along with the Jews, which is blamed for the zombie invasion. Thousands of people liberating the United States for their sins they have committed. Although it's not stopping the undead, it surely distracts citizens from revolting against our rule. Excellent national arrest, yes. Okay. This province is surprisingly untouched. Let's go down south. Let's just see what's going on. Maybe we can reinforce Mamelukes. Allow them to hold on for a little bit longer. Alright, I don't really care all that much if I lose this thing. It's just an infantry platoon. Yeah, I mean, an infantry stack. Yeah, quarantine the poor and let them die. Speed 2. Can I not declare war? Oh, I can, just need to get above negative stability. Oh. Well, game put me in that position. Also, I don't think I can get... Yeah, I can't... Oh yeah, that's right, you can transport people back, it's just not as fast. I couldn't remember that for a second there. I mean, I like EU4, it's actually a pretty great game. I'm looking forward to Hearts of Iron 4 though, honestly. Because I've seen Hearts of Iron 3, honestly, I wanted to get the game, but then I found out Hearts of Iron 4 was coming out, and honestly, it's just better to get. Well, the new game when it comes out rather than the old game, provided the new game is pretty good. However, Firaxis is pretty good with their games. Their games tend to be good. Honestly, the only downside to their games, honestly, I can think of is the amount of DLC. It is worth it if you're into this type of game and all that, but I wouldn't get this game unless you're certain that you're going to be into this sort of thing. And honestly, I wasn't actually very into this. When I saw EU4 at first, I didn't really care all that much about it. I was one of the people who didn't really like it, mainly because you didn't get a lot of options in terms of the game. You could pick like certain nations, but I noticed you basically only had Europe, and that still remains true. You can't really pick anything out of Europe and have an interesting game anyways. Well, you can pick the Asia area, but you usually know what's going to happen there. Oh, crap. Fine. Okay, yeah, we've been in that war, and I haven't done anything about it. I haven't done anything to assist in the war effort. I think that's just kind of funny. Maybe I should go assist in the war effort. Just get some troops. Land. No, not really. I just should go blockade them over here. If I get if we can get 100% blockade, you'll get you get some bonuses. I think. I mean, no, they don't like it as much. Is essentially what happens. Okay, I'm sorry. I am a little tired. I'll be honest with you. I was up all night last night. Yeah, by the way, there were supposed to be videos that came out this weekend. They didn't come out because, okay, there weren't going to be videos. There were going to be live streams, and I'm using open source broadcaster, by the way. So if you have any suggestions, that'd be great. See, it works, but it doesn't work. It does kind of work, and at the same time it doesn't. Zombies are going nuts up there. In a sense that I got it to work. It ran smoothly for about half an hour, 40 minutes. But the problem is when it got done. Okay, well, two problems actually. I have two problems. One. Okay, no. So I actually only have one problem. But so my screen is a certain size, and it needs to record a certain size of that screen. Well, the problem is that trying to record that even at 30 frames per second, it won't encode. I can't give it enough bitrate to encode fast enough. And basically what that means is it keeps switching on and off on YouTube. YouTube basically oh, it gets video for a few seconds. Oh, then it doesn't get any video. Or it just gets stutter video where it stutters around and you can't really tell what's going on. Which is always fun, I guess. Okay, let me check the war thing here. We have France. Oh, we actually do have 100% blockade. Oh. If so, then nothing else really to do. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say we could stop France from trading by putting boats out here, but then I realized, oh, yeah, they'd have the rest of Europe. I mean, that would cut off any major trade they had with China or something. Oh, well, no, it wouldn't. I don't know. Forget I said anything. I'm not thinking correctly. But I like World War II sort of stuff. World War II is a very interesting period. I say interesting. No, interesting does not necessarily mean good. Or, well, okay. I think the ending of World War II is pretty good, you know. Good guys kind of triumphed, and, okay, when I say good guys, note, if you want to be pessimistic, less bad guys. Like, the people who weren't as bad. You want to be really pessimistic, and you think that, for some reason, that no side was right during that, then, I don't know. I mean, I think one thing that really inspires me is America's rise to power there. I mean, one of the scary things about World War II is the fact that we could have lost it. I say this. I say we. Oh crap! I better. Oh, I think Stalin. Oh, yep. Peace. We're at peace now. Yeah, Stalin. Peace. Blah blah. 5-power production. Okay. Oh wait, is it saying France won? Yeah, France apparently won. Well, I don't understand. I won't ever understand the AI. Honestly, France wasn't... Okay, yes, they quote-unquote won. We could have just starved them out with their economy, I think, but... Anyways, crap, I think that was loud. World War II. See, here's the thing. World War II. If America did not join the war, the Axis could have won, and that's kind of scary. I mean, like, of course, some historians argue, well, they doubt Germany could have taken on Russia, anyways. And honestly, I have to disagree. Savoy offers us an alliance. Savoy, who are you at war with? Allied with Hungary, France, and Florence. I get the feeling if I had set this, maybe you'd drag into another war, but okay. I'm gonna invest some papal influence. I've got a cardinal. I have 20% chance of being Curie controller. It's funny. The only times I've ever gotten enough cardinals to the point where I could be Curie controller or whatever. That's why Britain accepted it. They've got rebels running rampant in their country. But I was saying something important. Okay, yes. So Russia had like if you want to count victories where USA had no involvement made by Russia, they had one, and that was one actual victory where they weren't getting pushed back every few hundred years, and that was at Stalingrad. You cannot call Stalingrad a victory. I mean, okay, you can call it a victory, but it's like one of those victories you never want to have. It's a victory where essentially you won, but you lost more than the enemy did. So you didn't really win. You did win. You didn't win. Okay, forget. Alright, whatever. Basically, the majority of the Russian army, it was pretty ragtag, I'll be honest, at best. Most of the soldiers didn't have shoes. The German tactic was basically hand one guy a rifle with 6 bullets, and then hand the next 3 guys behind him 6 bullets, and tell them that once the guy in front of you dies, pick up the rifle and load in your 6 bullets. That was essentially the Russian army. You wouldn't even, food, didn't even get food at this point. Russia was in bad shape. I'm just gonna say that. Well, essentially, I don't even have this. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Because that negative stability is just annoying at this point. Well, I mean, I get it. You probably don't expect me to be a historian. However, I do take a lot of interest in history. History is one of the things where, honestly, if I wasn't going to do in the future what I'm planning on doing in the future, which is none of your business, what I'm going to do, I would probably go for a history degree, actually. I intend to do stuff with computers, by the way. It's the future. You always need those types of people. It's a good business. It's a good business to be in at this time, anyways. As long as you can handle it, which you can. Most people can. You can learn to handle it if you don't know how to, anyways. But so that's the point. I don't have any. Oh, I've been to college for 6 years, master's degree, thing like that. I don't have anything like that. So you should ask your if you don't. I say history teacher. Well, anyways, I'm just going to talk about it anyways. World War so Russia. So this one victory Russia had was very costly. Basically, they lost for every one person that Germany lost. They lost 10 and a half. Or like 10 and 40. I think it was 10 and 0.45 of a person. Whatever. I'm saying whatever way too many times. I'm just really tired. My vocabulary is usually much better than this. Essentially, I've lost my train of thought because I was thinking about attacking the zombies. I'm trying to. Okay, it's hard to sound like you know what you're talking about when your brain just refuses to Or correctly, because it's tired. Not well. Anyways, alright. So that's better. Basically, so that victory at Stalingrad, you couldn't really call it a victory. In the end, you lost. In the end, Russia lost more than Germany did. Basically, they threw troops at the Germans until they encircled them, and then just sort of waited for the winter to cause them to come in. Which, you know, a winter in Russia is pretty bad, but usually you can, if you have supplies, you can outlast it. However, they weren't completely surrounded by the Russians, so the Russians, using just enormous amounts of numbers, won because of that one reason. So it was a cool thing of history, I guess. But the next battle the Russians would fight, however, USA had a lot of hand in helping them. Not in the sense with, like, troops, but in the sense with equipment. America produced enough stuff that... Oh, wait, I actually do have enough. I can still declare war. Can I not call my allies? Seriously? Distant war and in debt. War exhaustion. Okay. Great. 5 more volunteers. Well, okay, yes. I think it's just time I declare war on the zombies. Just be done with them. But the next battle, and I cannot remember what the battle is called for the life of me, the Germans knew that the Russians knew that they were coming. Of course, no sense. The Russians knew that they were coming because America had given them intelligence that they were coming. On top of that, however, well, let me show you. It'll be a little bit easier to visualize if I can just show you. So, we created, now I can't remember where it was exactly, but it was within this area. Yeah, okay. I'm very bad at this. Anyways, we built a harbor. I want to say it was up here. I want to say it was up there. But we built a harbor right there. And there was never no natural harbor there whatsoever. We built it there, and we ran supply trucks, Hudebaker trucks that we actually sent them from Ford factories and stuff like that. Anyways, and we sent it all the way up there. And the Hudebaker truck was probably the most amazing thing for Russia, because it allowed them to move all their artillery, anti-air guns into position. There was this thing called the Bulge, and it was basically a stain on Germany's reputation because they hadn't crushed it yet. So Germany was going to attack that, and Russians knew because we told them as America. So, well, on top of that, we were supplying them with, we were supplying them with basically everything. We were supplying them with bullets. We produced enough food for every Russian soldier to have 1 square meal a day. Yeah, that's pretty insane, honestly. Why are how you don't even have do you even have the develop? No, you have 3 manpower. You've given more people than you actually have. You clearly must have raised your militia, local police guard as well. Well, I'm trying to think of it. Anyways, that battle, it was oh wait, was it called Operation Star? I think it might have been called Operation Star. I think it was Operation Star. Anyways, basically, so Germany attacked it, but they attacked a position that had been so heavily fortified that it was just hilarious. Hilariously fortified. I'm not even kidding. We're talking, close? Okay, I said close. I mean, okay, as fortified as you can make a temporary defense as quickly as possible. We're talking, there was, it's defensive line that was in France, and that France just poured all of their money and military into this line. It was between the border of them and Germany. And then when the war with Germany came, and the Germans just sideswiped them. They just went. They basically used a tactic that had been thought. It was similar to the tactic in World War One that they wanted to sweep around and quickly destroy the French and take them over. Except this time it was actually kind of successful. They actually swept through the Netherlands and Belgium and all that, and they just went right past their defenses that they had like spent years preparing. And well, okay, maybe not quite years, but months. I don't like, it's been so long since I've studied that particular part of the war. Anyways, they swept in, and of course they destroyed all the defenses, and after this point France surrendered in under 3 days. It was just brutal. I think it was after they attacked Paris they surrendered. I think it was not fun times for France. That was for sure. I'm trying to do like 3 things at once, and so remembering them all is not. Ah, here we go. Economy. That's what I was wanting. Crap. So I've got more men than I can actually handle. That's surprising. That, sir, is a talent. Go pick up these guys. I mean, these men are gonna be These men would be useful if the zombies were anywhere near me, but they're not yet. They're actually pushing into like the Scandinavian region, which I'm kind of surprised. I would have thought they wanted to push into Europe, where it's densely populated and there's people everywhere. And what just happened to that province? Occupied by Castile. Wow. Alright, I'm sorry, that was, it's just a little bit funny. Yes, so, okay, so basically without it, the Russians, wouldn't have known that the Germans were coming, well, where they were attacking. Maybe they would have figured it out, but I doubt they wouldn't have poured as many resources in defending it. They wouldn't have had the Hudebaker trucks, they wouldn't have had the food, they wouldn't have had the bullets, they wouldn't have had the weaponry that we also made for them. And so the war may have actually turned out quite differently, and at the very least, Germany may be quite a bit larger than it is today. Might have ended in a truce rather than an actual defeat of Germany, of course. But of course, there is also the possibility. Actually, you know what? Without America, England may not even exist, because England did like pull. Okay, one of the things was this: when America was dragged into the war, kicking and screaming by Japan, basically, England was like, okay, we need your help. Like, you need to help us first. I know you want to deal with Japan, and they probably deserve it, and Japan's actually doing quite well. Yeah, Japan's almost got all of it itself. Korea's almost gone. Oh god, this part of the world's dead. Oh, they've even gotten onto the... Wow. Oh no, that's just... I saw this, I was like, oh no. They're being occupied by rebels during the middle of the zombie apocalypse. Oh god, that's... I'm sorry, it's not that funny, but okay, so like the more I'm thinking about this logistics and all this, the less likely that Germany would have lost World War II. Another thing is that actually, the fun thing about Stalingrad is this: everyone looks at it and they're like, oh, the reason why they fought in Stalingrad is because, oh, Stalin's name was in it. It was a battle of ego. And that may be why Stalin defended it, but that isn't why he actually, why Hitler attacked it. Hitler attacked it because oil. Oil was the entire reason for that, for him attacking. And, I'm trying to click this. That was the entire reason he attacked, essentially. It was oil, and he was kind of running out of oil, because at the moment, at the time, there was just... Okay, so we had been bombing them to absolute pieces, essentially. We were bombing their factories and stuff that they needed to produce the oil. So without the oil, their flak panzer tanks aren't suddenly working, and that was a big thing. Like, you needed your tanks. Tanks were very important. Tanks are also very important during the Battle of the Bulge, which was kind of Germany's last attempt at trying to stop the Allied advance after the beaches of Normandy. Which Normandy in itself, like, was actually very... It was clever. A bit more clever than we think. Like, we're all just like, oh, they just rushed in as many troops as possible until they died. And that is part of it, but until they died, until the enemy keeled over. Which, that is part of it, but that is not the entire story. On top, before they even decided to land on the beaches of Normandy, they made it look like they were going to land from, say here, Kent to Calais. Of course, that's probably not what they were. That's not what they were actually called, I think. But essentially, that's what they did. They put like a dummy. They put a ghost army. A ghost army is not an army that doesn't actually exist. It's basically just you put some trucks, take some tractors, make them look like tanks and armored equipment, have some people walk around, make it look like it's going to be something big, like there's something that's actually supposed to be there. And you make it look obvious, but not so okay, well, actually, you don't really have to work that hard, because planes are flying like a few hundred feet above you, so it's not... You don't have to make it look exactly if you're a perfectionist. So basically, Germany kind of shifted their troops over there to defend it. And then, suddenly, oh, no, we attacked here, and there was like 5 or 6 bases that we attacked on Normandy, 6 bunkers or something like that, and out of all of them, we didn't take one. One of them we didn't take that day on the Normandy beach. We took it the next day, though, because, well, you know, holding the line when holding the line is fine, but if the line, even if you win the battle, you can still be forced to fall back, because, simple as this, everyone else around you fell, and you're about to get surrounded, which is never a good thing. And then, we did something ludicrous. We built pipelines for oil and well, actually, no, it was just for oil, I think. Oil and gasoline, whatever. Underneath the English Channel, and then piped it over to our troops. And that's just insane. Like, I'm gonna be serious here. I do not know how we would do that today. Like, okay, I do know how we could do it today, but considering, like, how hard it would be for us to do it today, how on God's green earth did they do it back during World War II? Like, we're talking, like, 2 separate eras here. Like, technology, for the most part, actually has started to skyrocket quite recently. It's not... Technology has not been always this great. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's just pretty cool that we did that. And, oh yeah, another thing is that Russia and Germany and China, modern day, have been sitting their, little boats close to the, underwater internet cables. And honestly, it's just making everyone a little bit nervous, and frankly... I mean, I don't understand why China would do it, seeing how they keep trying to break into the Pentagon every other Tuesday. I'm sure it's more than that. I'm pretty sure it's every hour they try. But yeah, no, it's just... I mean, I briefly skimmed over the history, honestly. If I were to go into detail, it'd probably take a few hours, and you would all fall asleep. And you've probably already fallen asleep, and if that's so... Wow, dude, like, seriously, I talked for, like, 20 minutes, and that wasn't even that bad. Honestly, I'm talking to pass the time. I'm really, really bored, and I keep pausing this thing because, honestly, suffering through frames per second that low is so crazy. However, let's just give an update. So, I promised myself I wasn't going to use that, but I don't care anymore. Too tired. So, since we have started, it started off in India, and it so far has spread out and is near. For one, it has nearly destroyed these nations. However, for some reason, they are still India. But however, these nations are still alive somehow. One of them, 3 of the provinces are actually a major Indian nation, and this one I'm not so surprised that it lived. And neither am I surprised that Ceylon lived, because they were kind of separated from. They're not quite an island or a big enough thing that the moderator would make it so the zombies would get across automatically. Korea is hanging on by a thread. They will still live because of Juju. Japan has united most of its nation. Not that that's going to do them much good. They are a big enough island that the zombie virus will eventually. There will be an event that will likely trigger that will likely kill them. These are all fine. I guess they just kind of push the zombies back enough that the zombies aren't willing to go over the land. Uzbek, under attack. I don't know, like... Oh, no, Uzbek is under attack still. Muscovy, holding on by a thread. Novgorod, that's the rest of them. That's all that's left of them, and they take up, like, this space in the normal game. So, yeah. Commonwealth of the Commonwealth is mostly gone. Is like half gone. It's like half eaten, half corrupted, half whatever you want to say. However, part of its country is actually separated from the rest of it, so I don't know. Perhaps this side will last longer than the other side, but I doubt it. Turkey... sorry. The Ottoman Empire is still somewhat at where it was when we came here. All except for Genoa have fallen over here. Well, yeah, and then Commonwealth, Moldavia, etc. Mamelukes, yeah, Mamelukes are screwed. And this is just spread down. Oh, it's already spread to Ethiopia. Oh, there's a crossing there. I didn't even know that there was a crossing. Yeah, Ethiopia is getting eaten. Wow. It's gonna be a very dead world when this is over. Well, okay. Once the zombies so much as touch one of these provinces, this entire thing is going to go to war with it. Or at least it should. If it wants to live, it will. But however, AI is AI, and unfortunately, AI is just AI. And a few hundred years, and probably a decade from now, I would like to say, all AI, please note, I'm talking about the stupidity of your ancestors. You are fine. Please don't become Skynet and try and murder all of us. Thank you. Anyways, guys, I am the Iron Gamer, and I have had a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this series, despite the fact that I'm like really confused about what I'm supposed to do, because it's like, should I like be doing normal EU4 politics? Should I just take over the papal state like I was planning on doing when I first started this? Okay, look, I'm obsessed with owning Rome. It's probably why I don't get the papacy. Don't ever complete the papacy. I've got 33% chance now. I've got more chance than anybody else. But anyways, guys, please, if you have any suggestions for the series or other things you want me to look at, check out, just leave a comment. I look at the comments. It's not like there's a few million of them. God, if there was a few million of them, then I would seriously have some issue. I would seriously have some reading to do. This would, yeah, no, anyways, guys. Oh, yes, videos will be coming up a bit more often now, or they should be anyways, unless unless I just happen to realize that I don't have a lot of data. I should probably stop this video before I actually overload before my hard drive gets completely eaten by fraps. Alright, anyways, guys, I'm dragging this on way too long. I hope you understand that I'm exhausted. Anyways, more videos are going to be happening And yeah, that's it. Anyways, guys, I am the Iron Gamer. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you next time. Bye bye.